the perspective I have on that is, you never know kind of when, that moment is, just because it's a contact sport and there's a lot of training that goes into it. And again, it has to be 100% commitment from myself to keep doing it. I don't know when that time will come, but I think I'll know.
I don't know. We have an obsession with asking Tom Brady when he's going to retire.
He looks happy. He's tan.
He's tan. His skin is glowing.
It's easy when
he looks younger. Weirdly,
he does. When you live in a cold weather place, and you just deal with it, and then you go live in a warm place, it's so much harder to go back to the cold place.
Correct.
Like he lived in New England forever. Now he's jet ski Tom. And
jet ski Tom is living a different life.
And he said twice this year, oh, God, I could never go back. But it's like, that was who he was just a year ago. I mean, he was living up there in January. 1 year ago today, he's living in Foxborough, which had 15 feet of snow this week.
Some people are wired that way. They like the seasons.
Yeah, I like the warm one.
James Harrison still lives in Pittsburgh, and he likes the seasons. Yeah. I like looking at the seasons on pictures on Instagram.
Yeah, so do I.
But I prefer a seasonless existence.
I'm the same way.
Which is just like sunshine and nice weather every day. But everyone's different. When you get older, though, it definitely does matter. My grandmother used to say she always knew when it was going to rain because all of her knees started aching.
Yeah.
There's something to it. But if he wins this Super Bowl, though.
Oh, God. Monday's headlines. I don't even know.
Amazing, but it's similar to like the Bradley Beal situation we were just talking about. Like, we can't put our aspirations onto other people. But like, it feels like, you just go out on top. Like, it's just the perfect storybook ending.
Oh, he's not quitting.
But because it's Tom, we know that's not what he's going to do.
Yeah, no, I mean, like LeBron James. NBA careers don't look like LeBron's. He should be done. But LeBron's whole thing is, I'm fun. I'm getting paid a lot.
It's also still the best player.
And we're winning. Like, I don't know. I think what's happened in America due to nutrition and training, 43 is 38, and in the NBA, 36 is 31.
Well, still outliers. I still think Brady and LeBron are major outliers. But, like, I could see someone like Russell Wilson. I could see Aaron Rodgers. Some of the top-tier guys playing well into their 40s.
Yeah, I mean,
and not looking like they're deteriorating. But it's just like, we always want things to just be sewn up in this perfect little package. Like, we all thought he was going to end his career with the Patriots, and now he's with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing in a Super Bowl. Like, who would have seen this coming? I mean, him probably. He would tell you, but
listen, everybody. Every year I think we've hit a saturation point. Like, only 3 teams need quarterbacks, but the reality is, it feels like every year we replace 7 coaches and 8 quarterbacks every year.
So the Chiefs have plenty of offensive weapons. You did your top 10 list of the Super Bowl best players. Travis Kelce, obviously very dangerous. Another talented tight end playing on Sunday is Rob Gronkowski, and he thinks that Kelce is the player to watch on Kansas City's offense.
I think he's, the best player in the Chiefs' offense. What's one thing that's very intriguing about Travis Kelce, and I never really seen this with any other player in the NFL ever before, is that Kelce gets better every single year that I've seen him play in the NFL. What he has done for the position of the tight end, I can only have respect for that.
He has, Kelce, from 2016 to 2020, has had over 1,000 yards receiving, scored at least 4 touchdowns, and made the Pro Bowl in each season. He has 105 receptions, a little over 1,400 yards, and 11 touchdowns, all career highs this season.
Just hard to guard. I mean, when I go back to my childhood, I remember the Raiders had a tight end named Dave Casper. And I remember, I grew up with the Seattle Seahawks. I don't remember our tight ends. And believe me, I had the roster memorized. I remember Steve Hutchison on the offensive line and Steve Largent. I don't remember the Seahawk tight ends. There were teams that literally didn't use tight end. The Raiders had Dave Casper. The Steelers had Benny Cunningham. They didn't use him a ton. They didn't have to. They had Franco and Lynn and Stallworth. And then you started getting into a generation of like Kellen Winslow, Ozzie Newsome, where you're like, oh, these guys are real athletes. They don't just block. But now we've reached the point where, like Gronk says, is that the best football player on the team?
Well, the tight end position is just, to your point, developed so much that they are, and Gronk played a big role in this. I mean, we've seen obviously amazing tight ends over the years, but Gronk was so big and so so fast and so dominant. There was just no one that could tackle him.
How about this? The Patriots at one point had Aaron Hernandez and Gronk. Aaron was the fastest tight end. I just watched that documentary. A sad, sad story. Aaron was the ultimate chess piece. I remember asking Patrick Chung, former Patriot, one time, who's the best player in the league? He goes, he's on my team. I practice against him every day, Aaron Hernandez. He goes, he's faster than me. I'm a safety. How is he faster than me?
Yeah.
And then they had Gronk. And so teams now often have, look at Cleveland, David Njoku and Austin Hooper. They have two great tight ends.
I mean, it changes the game, especially if you can block.
Yeah.
It's an additional offensive line.
Kelsey's not a great blocker, but he's okay. He's fine.
Well, the Cardinals had a very up-and-down 2020 season, finished on a sour note, losing 5 of their last 7 games. And Kyler Murray explained that the team's unpredictable performance is why he thinks they struggled. He said, you just didn't know which team you were getting. That comes down to us being inconsistent. Organizations that win, they do everything right. I've said, how do you do anything is how you do everything. We've got to get to the point where we do everything the right way. We don't take any stuff for granted. I think that'll change the narrative or feel around the organization.
Well, he was better this year than last. So the bottom line is he's in a really tough division. They were inconsistent, but he was better. There's no question he was better.
How much longer does Cliff Kingsbury have?
About a year.
He's 13-18-1.
One more year.
I think so, too.
That's it.
I think if they have another disappointing season, or don't take a significant step up this year, it could be...
Listen, it's not like he walked into an easy place to coach. Pete Carroll twice, Sean McVay twice, Kyle Shanahan twice. You get no breathers. Every week you're facing a top 5 coach in the league.
Yeah, I mean, life's not fair.
Well, I know, but it's just like brutal.
No, I get it. I'm just saying we are very impatient with everything now. Kyler Murray is still a young quarterback on his rookie deal. Like, how much longer do you have there to get things going? The division is the division, obviously we know, but you have your quarterback now. I think they have to take a significant step up next season.
Yeah, they're not rebuilding, but they still need. I mean, they got a great safety in Budda Baker. They're good at wide receiver. Offensive line was actually better than Arizona's offensive line actually improved.
It kind of feels like a little bit like an Anthony Lynn situation, though. You lose 5 of your last 7 games.
Yeah,
you have your starting quarterback. You have an A-plus wide receiver. Like, you have some pieces in place there.
Listen,
it's not a dysfunctional organization.
Matt Stafford to the Rams does Arizona no favors.
No.
I mean, the division.
It's just getting better.
So Garoppolo comes back, Matt Stafford. Seattle gets a new offensive coordinator. It's rough. Listen, man. It's like being Florida football, and you got Bama, and you got LSU, and you got Auburn, and you can be good and 4th. You could be really good. You could be a really good team next. You could be 8-8 and 4th.
But it's just, is that good enough for your organization?
8-8, he keeps his gig.
8-8, yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Enjoy the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
Got 2 rings. Danny Amendola, thoughtful guy, is joining us next live. Kicking off the new year, there's a lot of resolutions. How about a resolution to wear boots more, cowboy boots, men's and women's, available and sharp and stylish at Tecovas Boots in Austin, Texas. Traditional cowboy boots in calfskin, exotic ostrich, caiman, even made limited edition boots last year in Nile, crocodile, and python. Pretty wild. They've expanded both their men's and women's lineups. Whether you're going back out into the office, excited to get back into the world, have a boot for every occasion. More to come this year. Everybody, stop by Tecovas.com. Handmade quality.